Sunscreen, water, hat, towel. Oh, hey everyone, Kelly here, and I'm just getting ready to go outside, and I'm using this really awesome checklist. Do you guys want to come along? Cool, but first let's learn how we beat the heat. Summer is one of my favorite times of year. I get to go hang out outside with my friends. I get to go to the swimming pool. I get to go sit on my patio and plant flowers or garden. And I love to go on walks with my dogs. Everything that involves being out in the heat. It's just a lot of fun. But there are some important background things that I do before I go outside and spend some time in the sun. Even if I'm just taking a quick 20-minute walk, I always make sure that I'm following these steps before I go to make sure that I am healthy and I'm beating the heat. The first thing I do is drink water. Drink, drink, drink. Lots of water. I know that people say that all the time, but do we really do it? It's so important that we're drinking enough water, and not just when we're hot. By the time we feel like we're thirsty or we're overheated, it's already too late. So we want to make sure that we're drinking at least 6 water bottles, 6 to 8 water bottles. And you don't have to chug them all at once. Sipping throughout the day is really good, even if you don't feel like you're thirsty. Just make sure you're drinking enough water. I have 6 water bottles here. And throughout the day, I just plan on grabbing one and drinking it. Some of you have water bottles that are that have measurements on it. Some of them you just refill it over and over, and that's great. Just make sure that you're always drinking water. The second thing I need to remember is sunscreen. Sunscreen is really good to have because it protects your skin, and some people's skin is more fragile than others, but nobody can escape getting a sunburn if you're out for too long. So make sure that you put sunscreen on. There's a range of sunscreen like 15 SPF or all the way up to 100, 80, 50. But what I do is I find one that's good for my skin, and I put it on about 5 to 10 minutes before I go outside. That way it soaks into my skin, and by the time I go out, I'm ready. All right, checking off sunscreen. The next thing I like to make sure that I have is a hat. Now, I don't really like wearing hats. It's not my favorite thing, but hats serve a really important purpose, and that's to make sure that our head is protected. Did you know that our head releases a lot of heat, and so it absorbs a lot of heat too? So wearing a hat keeps our heat levels down and also just protects our face and our neck. If I'm wearing a baseball cap, if I wear my baseball cap to the side or behind, then it's not protecting my face and it's not serving a purpose. So I want to make sure if it's a baseball cap, I have the cap on face forward. So look at my hat. It's protecting my head, it's protecting my neck, my face, but I still want to make sure I have sunscreen on. So find a hat that works for you and make sure that you wear it. All right, let me check off hat from our list. The next thing I like to keep around is wipes. Now, you don't need to go to the store and go get wet wipes, but what I like to do is I like to take some paper towels, put them in water, fold them up, and put them in a Ziploc baggie. And then I take them around with me. That way, if I get really hot, I can, or even if I just start to feel a little toasty, I can take it out and dab my face or my neck or just put it on my neck. It helps keep me a little bit cooler, and it also helps me feel more refreshed. You can also take a towel with you. If you don't have paper towels or napkins, you can always take a towel with you and put it on the back of your neck, like that, if you're going to be out for a long period of time. But still, just remember, sunscreen helps, and so do things like this to protect our neck. Okay, so I've got that. Oh, sunglasses. I love my sunglasses. Sunglasses serve a really good purpose of blocking the sun from our eyes. Did you know that if you look directly at the sun, it can hurt your eyes? And that's not a fun challenge, so don't try it at home. But remember to change into sunglasses. Some of you might have those really awesome glasses that automatically turn into sunglasses when you go outside, and that's cool. But if you don't, a simple pair of sunglasses works. Remember, it's not about fashion or beauty, it's about protecting our skin and our eyes. All right, let me just check off that really quick. Sunglasses. The last thing is I like to keep a spray bottle around. You don't have to have one, but sometimes people have a fan attached to a spray bottle, and it's nice to be able to spritz every now and then to keep yourself cool. I just got it in my eyes, but that's really refreshing. The last thing you want to remember is always, 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 always ask for help. Let somebody know. If you're starting to feel overheated, if you're starting to get a headache, that means that you are thirsty and you need to drink water and you probably need to go inside. Don't ignore those signs. Ask for help. It's so much fun to be out by the pool. It's so much fun to go out for long walks, but you have to let somebody know if you're starting to feel overheated. It's not worth it. It's really cool to make sure that you go back inside and take care of yourself. Drinking water, putting sunscreen on, wearing a hat, putting sunglasses on, all these things are really, really great. But the second you start feeling bad, let somebody know and go take care of yourself. It's very, very important. The other thing is I know that sometimes that we like to wear jackets for comfort, but the summertime, it's just too hot to wear this. It might protect me when I'm inside a cold building. It might make me feel warm, but the second we go outside, our body temperature rises and then we start slowing down and we start feeling bad. And we just don't need to have a winter jacket on when we're outside in the heat. If you feel like you need to protect your skin better and sunscreen isn't enough, there are some long sleeve thin summer shirts that you can wear, but just make sure that that's what you're wearing before you go outside. All right, you guys, I think I've got everything. I've got my hat, I've got my sunglasses, I've got my water, I've got my wet towels, sunscreen, and my last check, and I think I'm ready to go outside. Are you ready to come with me? All right, let's go. And don't forget, stay safe, beat the heat, and ask for help if you need it. Let somebody know if you're overheating, and I'll see you later. Bye.